Hey everyone, hope you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis, updated commodities, work our way through the dollar, yields, precious metals, and commodities ETFs that I follow. I'll interject my financial opinions as we go through it. If you need help with anything, check out finding-value.com. That's where I dive deeper into all these topics, subjects, areas, sectors, looking for potential investment opportunities and sharing them with everyone in the community. We've got a question and answer session occurring tomorrow, Saturday, 7 a.m. Mountain Time, where you can ask me whatever questions you'd like. On our Discord channel, we do have a new question and answer session where you can ask the question in there, and I'll document it and answer it during the session for everyone. We do have a special going on. Specials, the coupon code. You get 50% off the first month only, and a larger discount on the yearly membership if you'd like to stay for a year. You can always switch from a monthly to a yearly. All right, guys, let's go in here, see what's going on today. The DXY getting weaker. There we go. So we broke through support here. There's some support. We do have a little bit of support still in this general area, but pretty strong day down today, down 0.83%. Dollar is getting weaker against other currencies. It's important because that is what causes or is part of money rotation into other currencies and other stock markets and other investments. The dollar is also what commodities are priced in, not necessarily the DXY, but the overall value of the dollar matters, and the relative strength matters too, because money will flow to whatever is the strongest currency and generally the stock market of that currency. 2-year yields are flat, and I still think that this could potentially be a shoulder head shoulder where we break higher in the 2-year yields. And I know people are saying, well, they're trying to lower interest rates. They don't control interest rates. Keep that in mind. When the market says we're going to sell, they're not going to be able to create that amount of money to purchase all of those bonds. So it may overwhelm them, them being the Federal Reserve and the Treasury and whatever the heck they're trying to do. 10 years down 0.44%, but we're still sitting above support, not a strong follow-through day. So that still looks good to go higher. We're sitting on top of support. And then the 30 year is down slightly, but again, we are sitting on top of support here. And we've got 2 red candlesticks inside of a green. Generally is a bullish formation. So that's kind of what I see going on with yields and the dollar here. Bond prices are flat, but the momentum is still down. Not a ton of follow through yet, but doesn't mean we can't get follow through. This is a reversal candlestick there. That's a bullish piercing candlestick. Not a ton of follow through, but we'll see if we get it next week. 2 and 10. Again, we've been chopping sideways here, and it still looks okay for this thing to try to invert back up. But right now it's just tracking sideways. It's at the bottom of a falling wedge pattern. 1, 2, 3. You might get a little bit of movement. We'll see what happens. And actually, that's exactly the movement that you get. I just scribbled it in there, but that's exactly what it could look like. And we'll leave that there just to see if that works out that way. TYX TNX ratio, we are up slightly, and that's a small tailwind behind gold and silver from this particular metric. The dollar going down is another tailwind. So we've got a couple of tailwinds aligning behind gold today. Gold is up $66 an ounce. It looks fantastic. Not a ton of selling pressure through here. We are consolidating. It started on this big wick at the top there. We consolidated, downward facing, consolidated, downward facing. And here we are. We could keep going higher if it wants to. It looks good to continue on up with time. If the buyers want to step in here, yeah, everything looks fine. There's no reversal candlesticks. The big reds aren't coming out. I don't see any of that. Silver up 1.33. This looks really good to go higher. It's a bullish engulfing. We're on top of support. I'm putting the arrow up there. Looks good to try to work its way on up. We've got platinum up about $10 an ounce, and that's broken out. Sometimes these like to pull back and do a retrace move where you come on up and it comes back and retests or back tests the breakout. Sometimes it doesn't do that. So, but I'll say this, sure looks like a breakout to me. We've got palladium down $26 an ounce, 2.52%. A little bit of selling pressure going on here. Pretty normal after such monstrous move the past 3 days there. So a lot of the times what we see is a big move up and then a consolidation sideways like that. Happens a lot of the times. They move in three hump consolidations like that. XEU to gold ratio up a little bit, 0.3%. Again, this is real low with a lot of runway. The gold and silver mining companies in relationship to gold are cheaply priced with a gigantic runway, and it hasn't even moved yet. I don't know if you guys have been looking at some of the gold and silver mining companies, but they've moved off their bottoms quite well. There could be a long way to go. So I'm in these things. I'm going to ride them for a long time. GDX up 2.75%. And I've got the upward arrow. We're starting to break through the flag pattern. Looking good. GDXJ doing the same thing, breaking out of its flag pattern to the upside. SILJ up 1.74, still in some resistance here. We're trying to break higher. We'll see if we can get some momentum. And again, guys, these things can move fast when they do break. And when I mean fast, I mean we could put down a real fat up candlestick here and get moving quickly. Crude oil is up 0.67%. This looks pretty bullish. A bearish formation is when you fall with big red candlesticks and get an upward facing rising wedge like we got. We fell. The reversal was here, here, and here on the candlesticks. On the right-hand side, you get big greens and small reds. That's something I look for. Another thing to look at for this bottom that we see, in my opinion, it's a bottom. If you zoom in, you have a inverted shoulder, head, shoulder. Now we're moving up. What we want to look for next is a flag pattern. The flag pattern is this flag that we've got developed there. So I do think that this is a bullish formation. I think we're going to break higher. We've got a bullish engulfing that occurred today with the wick at the bottom. Those are all bullish formations to move higher for crude oil. TTF gas, this still looks good to work its way on up. We've got the big buying pressure, flag patterns galore, looking good to move on up higher. We've got natural gas in America up 2.27, looks good to go higher. This is a flag pattern, a bullish engulfing, and then those generally break on up. So that looks good to move higher for American natural gas. XOP, yeah, you know me. Not too bad today. This is a bullish engulfing. We could see it move higher. We've broken out of this pattern here. Your ultimate reversal day was there in this big bullish engulfing. You can see the small red candlesticks as we come on up. Small reds, everything's in control. It's tight, locked up, ready to go to the upside, in my opinion. We can also look at this from a bigger picture view, and it matches exactly what this here is the way it fell. So what I did is I flipped it over, and then the fractal, you can see that, matches up almost perfectly. That's what I think is coming in the future, is a move higher in XOP over time. Now, it may not match it perfectly like we've got. It may not go exactly the same, but it could be roughly in the general same rough area, the way that it behaves. OIH up a little bit today, and again, we've got a bullish engulfing that showed up today, and I still think we're going to go higher. We fell on small little candlesticks. We had a gap that we gapped up here. That's been filled, and we'll see if we can get some momentum to generate to the upside. We've got Newcastle coal futures breaking to the upside, 3.7%, and that is a shoulder ahead and a shoulder bottoming pattern. This is looking very good. Across the board, because we're not only seeing it in coal, we're seeing it in other sectors like oil. So I look for that confluence across the board. Sprott Uranium Trust ripping it today, 7.55. We had the downtrend. This is a reversal candlestick of a bullish piercing, and then the news came out and ripped it higher, 7.5%. We're probably going to see this rip out of this big flag pattern and move our way on up. It looks very bullish for Sprott Uranium Trust here. The uranium price, now this is 1 day delayed. We were flagging out, so we came up, flagging out, and then we are most likely going to get a big move higher for uranium futures pricing. The equities were up massively today, up 11.61% for URA. I've got the arrow there that I've kept. This has been creeping up, looks really good. URNM also looks really good, moving up 12.14%. It broke out into resistance support, and this looks good to continue higher. Doesn't mean that we just go straight higher. It could. I'm not saying we can't. And we could get small little red candlesticks here for a pullback for a day or two. URNJ up 15%. That also looks pretty good. And we're kind of went right to that support region there, which we did, and then we bounced from it. Nickel still moving sideways. It's still trying to basically bottom and work its way on up. Copper's up a little bit. A lot, 3.87%. That's a breakout. So what we did is we came on down, less, and then nothing. You guys see those big candlesticks, how they contracted? So the size of the candlesticks in the circle are big. Less big, less big, less big, less big, less big, less big. And see how it just all squeezed into that corner, and then the resolve was upwards. So copper looks good to go higher. It broke its pattern to the upside. COPX up 3%. That's about to rip out of this downtrend, flag pattern, whatever you want to call this thing. It's going to rip. Looks really good. I've got the arrow there. Good. Arrow is there. Lithium down slightly, but again, I think we're going to go higher in this. We are falling in very controlled fashion. It means that there's not a lot of sellers there. The buyers are there, but the sellers are not making a big impact. So I think we're going to go up. REMX up 0.75%. Again, I think we're going to go up because of the lack of selling pressure that I see over here. We've got iron ore still tracking sideways, still squeezing, and I think it will resolve upward in some large green candlestick like copper did at some point here in the future. We can't pinpoint it perfectly, but we're getting very close to that move. Aluminum down 0.6%. Again, I'm bearish on aluminum just because this is an inverted flag pattern. Lots of big red candlesticks. A little bit different than some of the other setups. Baltic Dry Index still chopping sideways in this pattern that I drew a long time ago. Very well could break on out of this thing because it is downward. It's downward facing. Emerging markets is up 0.41. I'm surprised it wasn't up more with the weaker dollar the way it was, but still looks good. MOO's up 0.4%. This looks fantastic. I think we're going to see a big move out of MOO. This is a consolidation here. That's a consolidation. There's 3 humps there. Consolidated slightly upward. This is the breakout of the consolidation. This is the back test. You should buy the crap out of the back test. That's what I do. Not you, but me. I should buy the back test. That's where you want to buy it, and I think we're going to start a big uptrend. Probably that's going to last 8 to 15 years. KRE down slightly, 0.44%. It came up throughout the day, and it's real close to the other shoulder. It looks like an inverted shoulder, head, shoulder. So I'll just do that. So it's this. XHB doing something very similar, kind of a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder that may work its way out like that. We'll see. Russell 2000 down slightly, but there's buyers throughout the day. Kind of came back up. And remember, I'm looking at this from a shoulder, head, shoulder perspective. SPX, it's offset. So it's tilted upwards. NASDAQ down 1%, but again, we'll see what happens here. There's a gap, too, that might get filled before we get the upward move. We want to fall on small little candlesticks. That's the way we want to approach that support resistance area. SMCI down 3%. Again, we're filling in that gap where I drew the gap and a potential. I've got a consolidation there. NVIDIA down slightly, but again, we're in this consolidation. And I just kind of drew these things in here, guys. It doesn't have to be perfect. We can move them and adjust them however needed. Perhaps it's more falling. Don't be afraid if something doesn't fit my little quick drawings there. Bitcoin's down 2%, but it's sitting on top of the support. That's bullish to go higher. Ethereum's down, but we're sitting on top of the pattern. Bullish to go higher. MicroStrategy's down 7.5%. Now that's a pretty big selling pressure move here. A little bit different shakeup here in MicroStrategy. So usually when you get these bullish formations, you don't want to see big selling pressure. That means there's a big mismatch between the sellers and the buyers. It means there could be a trend reversal. And this right here, that doesn't look very strong. It closed pretty strong too, which means the sellers drove it throughout the day all the way down, and it finished towards its low. So we'll see what happens here. So I'll just leave it open. The VIX is up. It was up quite a bit today. It's up 10%, and it was jumping through this support. So we could see the VIX come on up. Maybe we've got some more selling pressure ahead of us in the S&P 500. But that's where I'm gonna leave it today, guys. That's all I've got. Give me a thumb up for the content. Subscribe to the channel. Look for tomorrow morning the Q&A session that is active at 7 a.m. Mountain Time. Join. You can use that coupon code special if you'd like, and we'll see everyone there tomorrow. These do get recorded. They do get uploaded to the website, and you can see all the previous ones. We've had a lot of talks about a variety of different things on the website on investing. My approach to the markets, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, conference calls of specific companies. I usually listen to quite a few conference calls throughout the week when they do basically do them. And then I generally follow the companies that I follow. And I've got a good group of maybe 30, 40 different companies that I continue to track and follow that I think will be the best investments for this commodity bull market that we're in. So that's all I've got for today. We'll catch you next time, guys. This is Finding Value.